Hello, Karyn Bryant here. How are you? It's a May Heat party here at Dave & Buster's. We are in Hollywood, and we just saw UFC 236, which was totally great. There were so many good fights on this fight card tonight, and we had a lot of people here. We were watching the fights together, gave a lot of stuff away. Now I've got their DJ going. Got some of the friends still kind of hanging out. So what I want to do here is talk to you guys. I'll look at some of these comments. We'll talk about what we saw here and kind of react to what were obviously very, very good fights. But first, Wade, we need to thank one of our sponsors, Active Cannabis. So if you could, folks, just check this out for just 1 second. Active Cannabis is they're really tight with the fight community. What they have, you know, their products are so good and they're great for anti-pain, you know, anti-inflammation, all that for the recovery. But it's also great for people who, you know, need sleep help, who have bursitis, all kinds of other ailments. Their products are really, really great for that. So they have a 1,000 milligram CBD tincture. A lot of athletes are using that one. Everything is all natural. There's no THC, so you're not going to get high from it. It's totally just the right CBD stuff that you want. All natural, it's lab tested, it's all certified. They give fast delivery and support to everybody. So they are very, very active and actively involved, rather, in the fight community. So you should definitely check them out. Very good products, and definitely psyched about having them here supporting us. So let's talk about these fights. So let me get to see some of these comments here, because I don't know about you, I thought the main event and co-main event were fantastic. And I wasn't even really sure necessarily like how I thought everything was going to play out. I can't say that everything went just how I thought it would go, or oh my god, I'm totally shocked. I felt like both of those fights had people that were very sort of competitively matched, which is what I think we saw. But Dustin Poirier did look great, and I did tweet out after the fight. I said, okay, I'm not sure how that fight went. I said, I think it could be a draw, question mark. I said, or Poirier. So I did call it, you know, for Poirier. I sort of half called it. I'm not trying to take credit. But I do think that he did more. You know, Max definitely had his moments, but there were a lot of that fight. There were a lot of moments where I thought you could sort of tell that it was Dustin's division more. Like, there was something about him having a sense of ownership there in the octagon, or just having a sense of comfort. I don't know if that's something that I felt, that I felt like he kind of controlled the space a little bit more, sort of mentally maybe even. But again, that's not to say that Max didn't have his moments. And to be honest with you, I kind of, if you had asked me which way I was going, I kind of was thinking that Max was going to be able to win, just because of the performances that we've seen from him lately, not to diminish anything that Dustin's been doing. So, like I said, I really didn't know how it was going to go. I thought it was fantastic. So let's see. So people were saying like, okay, just wow. So Crack Texas was saying, wow, UFC 236. Dustin has more chance versus Khabib than Conor. That's Hanoi Tripper. That's an interesting thing that you say. Now, I'm curious why you say that. I'm guessing if you think that Dustin has a better chance against Khabib than Conor did. Obviously, we've seen Conor fight against him. Conor the other day did say that he had a broken foot in that fight. Then there were some videos that he put out sort of showing some things of him kind of stepping oddly, maybe, you know, supporting the idea that he had a broken foot and went through the fight anyway, so maybe we didn't even see the best Conor. But I guess why you would say that is volume. I mean, Conor lets his hands go too. I'm curious why you think Dustin would have a better chance against Khabib. I guess my thing would just be, yeah, volume. I think he's a very, very, very good boxer. You know, if we saw in that fight, they really didn't throw a lot of kicks. It was mostly a stand-up fight, mostly just boxing. So I guess that would be your point, perhaps. Let me see if we get some more responses on that one. But it was a very, very, very good fight. I definitely thought. We should let people know. I can't tweet this and be on live at the same time. To let folks know. But so yeah, so you know, if Dustin and Khabib are next, obviously that's going to be a very good fight. I think that would be a very, very good matchup. And obviously, though, I don't know. You know, I'm curious too what people think about the fact that Conor has been so vocal lately on Twitter, like talking all through the fight night tonight. Okay, perfect. So we just found out that the main event and the co-main event got fights of the night, which is pretty great. Okay, so anyway, then with Khabib versus Dustin Poirier, that will happen a little bit later on in the year, and I think obviously yes, that will be a very good fight. In terms of the co-main event, you know, Kelvin Gastelum is a guy who, you know, really kind of felt like he wasn't going to be able to get beaten tonight. It was the anniversary of his win on The Ultimate Fighter, and you know, he was kind of saying that he didn't, you know, he had a sense of ownership on this, and he's been around a lot longer. And if it's true, if you looked at who Kelvin has beaten, he's beaten so many more people just because he's been in the UFC a lot longer. And he was kind of telling us at a media lunch the other day he didn't think Israel Adesanya had paid enough dues type thing. But obviously we saw tonight a very, very competitive fight. I thought each of the guys got in their licks, and there was one point when I thought that Kelvin looked unstoppable, and I thought that it was going to go his way, but then there was a momentum shift and Israel took over. I do think that Israel was able to kind of use his reach advantage a little bit better and stuff, so that kind of took him more places, I think. But Kelvin was incredibly tough. I just thought it was such a good fight as it went on. Like, I don't think anybody's a loser in that one. I know obviously Kelvin's going to be heartbroken. Here's my thing on that one though. You know, now with Israel Adesanya being based in New Zealand and Robert Whittaker being an Aussie guy who was born in New Zealand, like, I do wonder how that fight's going to go, the support for it, how everything for that is going to go over. Just because it seems like it's going to be like 2 home games type thing. But either way, I think that should be a lot of fun when that does go down. Hopefully Robert Whittaker heals up quickly. But congratulations to Israel Adesanya. That was such a great fight. I mean, he's so good. And he's so good on the microphone too. You know, that's the thing about him. Some people don't necessarily, you know, they think he's cocky or whatever. Just from my perspective, he is somebody who's totally entertaining, a lot of fun to work with. When you have him up at the desk and you're interviewing him, he's very entertaining, and he has a lot of charisma. So I do definitely think that he is a superstar. So congratulations to him, the interim champ. So moving down the card, Khalil, Rountree, and Eryk Anders. If I got to double check, but I think that I saw Eryk Anders tweet something out about, you know, he hadn't had his ass whooped like that in like forever, since I forget when. Khalil definitely put it on him. So congratulations to Khalil. You know, I spoke to both of these guys before their fight. Khalil was talking about the fact that he beat Gokhan Saki. His mind space was so good, like he was so confident, he totally believed in himself. But when he fought Johnny Walker, and after he lost that fight, he said he was really devastated. He was embarrassed by it, and like really devastated. And he realized that he had gotten beaten in the clinch, and you know, because he got elbowed from Johnny Walker. Sorry, I'm thirsty because I'm talking a lot. So he said he felt that his clinch game wasn't where it needed to be, so he went to Thailand and put in a lot of work in Thailand, and obviously that served him well. And actually, it's funny, we're still at Dave & Buster's here, and they have highlights up right now. Poirier and Maxi Baby are going at it right now. God, that was such a good fight. But anyway, Khalil dropped Eryk. I don't remember exactly how many times. I feel like it was at 4 knockdowns, may have been 5, but just really owned that fight. Really just looked like just more comfortable there also, because, you know, Eryk is moving up. Eryk was fighting at middleweight before, moving up to light heavyweight. You know, maybe that's something he'll reconsider now. I don't know. Khalil definitely seemed a lot bigger to me tonight. Khalil's a very powerful guy. This is somebody that I know from training at Black House. We have a lot of people that have trained with him, and there are some legendary stories of folks that he has knocked out in training practice. So Khalil Rountree, I definitely think was a very, very good performance for him. shake off the loss to Johnny Walker, and get back on the winning track. Okay, let's take a little look here. Okay. So the next one. Okay, so here's the thing with Alan Jouban's fight with Dwight Bryant. Clearly we're biased here, you know, because it's the MMA Heat podcast and Alan is our podcast partner and is usually here with me. I thought Alan won 2 rounds to 1. I definitely think Dwight won the first round. Alan can be a slow starter, and there have been times when Alan can get dropped in the first round and tagged in the first round, and things just really don't go his way. And so I'm fine with that. But I thought he won. I thought he won the second round. I thought he won the third round. If you look at strikes, the strike count numbers that they put up, the numbers support that. Alan also got the takedown late in the third to really, I thought, secure the round. So taking nothing away from Dwight, who, you know, got no problem with him. But you know, I thought it went Alan's way. I thought that Alan also, if it came down to it, you know, Dwight didn't really put any damage on Alan, I didn't think. And I thought that it seemed like I felt like Dwight was sort of backing up more and sort of moving more. I don't want to say running, it's strategic to just move, that makes sense. But I thought it was that Alan was the one sort of initiating things more often. In some of the exchanges, for sure, Dwight landed some very, very, very solid shots, for sure. But I just think in the end, I thought Alan won 2 rounds to 1. That's how I go on that one. Hopefully they can book him again for something soon. And hopefully he didn't get hurt. You know, we'll talk to him about it, obviously. Hopefully, it didn't look like he got hurt. It looked like both of those guys should have walked away from that one all right. So, solid fight, you know. Whatever, it is what it is, as they say. Congratulations to Dwight. Got no issues with him at all, but I do think that Alan had won 2 rounds. Okay, and then firstly, we had Nikita Krylov and OSP. You know, we were getting the party started here at the club here. At the Dave & Buster's Club. But Nikita Krylov got the victory. I think it was the second round victory. You know, OSP, it's interesting to me. OSP can be sort of spotty, like up and down, in and out. Not always the most consistent fighter. So I can't say like I'm surprised that he lost. On that fight, I really didn't know who was going to be victorious in that one. So good for Krylov, though. You know, the light heavyweight division is the one that sort of has the most room for movement, we always say. So perhaps he'll have some luck there. Is this right weight? Is this the same? I don't know if mine's refreshing the same. So I just want to make sure. Yeah, if there's any questions that I missed, because I don't have the... Okay. But yeah, so it was fun. I thought there was a good time here. Hopefully that we will come back to Dave & Buster's. We had fun here. We gave a lot of stuff away. We gave away programs and t-shirts and power cards. Our daughter is running around right now giving... well, she played through a lot of power cards, let's just put it that way. Very, very overstimulated. But Dave & Buster's has been great for us. Everybody here has been totally, totally cool. What's up? Yeah, they were totally great. And once again, we want to really thank Active Cannabis. Their CBD products are totally great. And they are so great for recovery. They're great if you have insomnia and bursitis and just inflammation, pain. You won't get high. It's all natural. They have lab tested and everything. Once more, just take a look at this. thank you, Active Cannabis, and thank you, everybody at Dave & Buster's. Thank you to the fighters on UFC 236. That was a great card. So listen, folks, on Tuesday, I'm going to Russia. I'll be at the desk for UFC St. Petersburg, so that's going to be very exciting. After that, also working the fights in Florida, going to Ottawa. So I'll be on the road. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll have UFC Fight Pass shows coming up, and of course the MMA podcast and everything. So thanks for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed the fights. See you later.